All right, what's going on, Legion fans? Welcome to this is the fourth episode?
Fourth episode.
Fourth episode.
Four of six.
We got like two more.
Only two.
Oh man, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Right, this is it's a bird.
It's a shield.
Nah, it's just another podcast.
Just
about
another podcast.
One of
Here
the
we go.
best. This is shaping up to be one of my favorite interactions in the MCU. Falcon and Winter Soldier, just the two of them, Bucky and Sam, man.
On that note,
so good.
Listen, I'm not the MCU guy. You're the MCU guy. Batman is my guy.
Yeah,
I
Batman's
have
your
never
jam.
in MCU been like, that's a character alone that I like
that you
really
relate
to, want to, dig into more of their story.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like them all. They're like equally.
There's
There's been
They're all
nobody
good.
who stands out.
Right.
Bucky is now my man. My man,
He's
Bucky.
so good, man.
He has his story has developed so much.
Oh,
it is
so
so awesome.
Yeah.
And to see his interactions in how he was able to overcome
how
brainwashing.
the episode started?
Yes, how the episode started.
Kicked
off
right away.
Yeah.
Well, before we jump into it,
I'm sorry. I had to say that.
I know.
Bucky has
I get
just become
so good.
absolutely amazing to me.
I loved him as in the comics, as like a comic reader.
Yes.
I loved the Winter Soldier character.
Sure.
But
Sebastian
again, when Stan has brought it to life.
Exactly.
In such a way that
there's a difference between reading it and seeing it on
sure.
screen.
Oh, definitely.
I've read some of the Winter Soldier stuff,
but
I haven't. It was like, oh, that's pretty awesome.
He's so
Same
good.
level as everybody
so
else.
Good.
He now.
Yeah.
It's almost as like you have to watch Winter Soldier and then you have to watch some of the other movies because some of what is being covered in Winter Soldier plays back into the movies, and you then get a deeper understanding of even just a cutscene.
Yeah.
So the
the
White Wolf was just a cutscene.
Oh yeah.
At the end,
they just mentioned it.
Yeah, it was just that he's rested.
The White
long
Wolf
enough.
has rested long enough.
Yes, exactly, and that's all we got.
So
now
much
we're getting
more.
so much more.
So much
that he
more.
actually, it wasn't just a name; it was a person. That was who he was in Wakanda.
Yeah, and Ayo, the Dora Milaje who helped him, like mentions that they're removing the brainwashing by like a dog like tearing apart like this like dangerous element in his life. So that's why he becomes this like canine, this white wolf.
Yeah,
super
and
cool.
The Dora Milaje.
Oh, they're so great.
Well,
so
here's the thing.
I'm gonna stop there. I know. It's such a great episode. But
go ahead.
So you mentioned that I'm the MCU guy, and
yes.
Man, I just for all the fans out there that realize what I missed, I apologize. I sincerely apologize.
Yeah.
So the last episode, we were introduced to Madripoor, right? And we talked a little bit about that, Hightown, Lowtown, and everything like that. But and this is going to get you excited.
Yeah.
But Madripoor is way more important in the comics than what we thought it was, or how we spoke about it, because it has a very special connection to a very special person in the Marvel Universe, particularly an X-Men. Right, an X-Men.
Yeah.
So Madripoor.
I don't know where you're going with this.
That's
so
okay.
I'm just following along.
All
with
right.
you.
So
you're my guide. You're my Zemo right now.
So Madripoor is an area that has a lot to do with all these different kinds of Marvel heroes, but the X-Men go there quite a bit, and the X-Men have quite a bit to do with Madripoor. And you and I have been talking about let's bring the X-Men to the MCU so much.
Sure.
We're trying to find ways they're going to do that, right? Well, here's another hint that they're kind of showing us, and it just didn't click with me the first time I saw it, but they show several establishments as they're going through Madripoor, and the first place they stop, or the place they pass before they stop in that little bar they go to, is called the Princess Bar. Right, you see a sign for it. They walk past the sign for the Princess Bar, and the Princess Bar is from the comics. And one of the most important people who frequent the Princess Bar is a guy named Patch.
Okay.
All right, and Patch is better known for deep Marvel fans as Wolverine.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I don't care. And here's the reason why.
Why don't you care?
Here's the reason why.
Wolverine could be in that bar right now.
I don't think so.
I know. Well, I know. But it's still cool.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
It is a cool little tidbit.
Yeah.
It means nothing for this. And here's the reason why.
Yeah.
Just hear me out. It's a great Easter egg.
Yeah.
It is a cool thing now that you've explained it all to me. Awesome. However, they've been teasing.
Oh yeah, X-Men
introducing
stuff
the X-Men.
all the time.
I'm not going down that rabbit trail anymore. I refuse to go down that rabbit trail and be disappointed.
This is a little more concrete,
They should have done it in WandaVision.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
They didn't do it in WandaVision. They're not going to do it here.
No, and I don't think they'll do it in this series, but the fact that we now know that inside the MCU,
that overlap.
Inside the MCU, Madripoor exists, and not only does Madripoor exist, but the Princess Bar exists.
Okay,
so
I'm
like
with you
that's
on that.
cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
That gives me hope for later. I'm not saying for this series. I
Okay.
agree. There's too much in this series to bring them in now.
Well, no, but the problem is there was a logical place to bring them in.
In WandaVision, sure.
In WandaVision.
Yeah.
There was a logical place. Now they're just teasing you. Now they're just teasing us. That's not fair.
I like it, though.
I don't really like it. Because it's like introducing these places that it's like, we might do it.
Yeah, we might.
We might.
We could.
We could.
We have the rights to it now.
We're not gonna.
Well, maybe someday. Well,
yeah, I know. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Is that
it's
disappointed
someday.
maybe someday.
I know.
When? Do it now.
Well, hopefully.
What are you waiting for?
You know what, though?
What are you waiting for?
I trust Kevin Feige.
I
trust
so.
his timing.
Yeah, I guess
his
so.
timing has always been impeccable.
You're right.
So
Now
I trust his timing.
Can we talk?
Let's talk about
this?
something that you like because the
talk about
episode
this?
was so.
Can we get back
good.
to what's at hand here?
So good.
So here's
so
the thing.
Good. Yeah.
So the Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
I have to say something here.
Yeah.
When is the only time that we've really seen the Dora Milaje fight?
So we've never really seen them fight as a unit, other than in like the big battles in Infinity War and Endgame.
Exactly.
Like we've seen them in big open world battles.
And one other place.
Okoye fought in like the casino in Black Panther.
I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about as a unit. There's one other place outside of Infinity War that we actually got to see them fight.
The Black Panther movie?
Black Panther movie.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
but very little.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. They are fighting, though, their own tribes at that point.
Right,
They're
right.
fighting
It's
the
a big
border
battle.
tribe at
Yeah,
that point.
big battle.
Right. But hear me out on this.
Yeah.
This is the first time we actually get to see them take on humans. Just like some straight-up humans and one superhuman.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
They own!
Oh, they did.
They own!
Their teamwork of the throwing their vibranium spears to each other and
I
pinning.
Loved it.
When they pinned Walker with his shield to the table, like they threw
Right.
it. It didn't hit his arm. It went between his arm and the straps of the shield.
And the straps,
and
which
cut
are like
to the
tucked
table.
into his
yeah.
arm. My point
So
with this,
cool.
point with this
Yeah.
is Anthony Mackie's line of, man, Walker, you may want to fight
Bucky
before
instead.
you fight the Dora Milaje. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
scene showed us how powerful they are compared to the base level base level
100%.
heroes running around in this fake cap.
100%.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it was amazing to see that,
Yeah.
and then Walker's reaction to
Oh,
it.
and how about the pressure points on his arm?
Yeah.
And knocks off his arm?
Did
And
you
his
know
arm?
it could do that?
He's like, no.
No.
Oh, and how about, dude, when he puts it back on and he does like the wind up thing?
Oh, the wind up
he
is
did
amazing.
that. He
I
did that
know.
in the previous movie. He did that in the first Winter
Winter
Soldier movie.
He did it all the time.
Well, no, but he did it when they shot his arm with the electrical thing.
Right,
And he like short circuited his arm and he like cranked it back in.
Yeah.
And he does that again. It's like, oh, it's so
The
cool,
cranking
man.
back
The crank
in
is
is
so
amazing.
cool.
But my point with that is the Dora Milaje are so much
They're, like,
more
unstoppable,
powerful and like their teamwork is impeccable.
Oh, yeah.
It just shows up in such an amazing way in that scene.
Yeah.
And it sets the tone for the rest of the movie. The rest of
It
the
is like a
show.
movie, yeah.
Because they can't be beaten in this team battle. And Walker knows that. He can't take them on.
Right.
And not just that, Bucky and Sam are over there like, we should do something.
Yeah.
Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Sam
is
over there.
Bucky's
we
like,
should
yeah,
do something.
just let him get.
Bucky's like, and that would
get
be my response in that
knocked around,
situation.
yeah.
That would be
Oh,
like
yeah.
you and I.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
do something.
Yeah,
And I'm,
you're like,
nah, I'm not really interested in this.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, because he was like,
amazing.
he wanted
and
to see Walker get beat up.
I know we jumped ahead quite a bit in
Sure.
to talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I feel like that scene is the crux of this entire episode.
Yes.
It shows the strength of other beings on this planet, just humans.
Yeah.
They're not even superpowered.
Right.
But the training and the strength and the power that they have compared to Walker, Battlestar, and like this next level of hero that's supposed to be coming in behind the Avengers.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah, and
it's
Walker,
not going to work.
It's not like Walker's not trained. He's super trained.
Incredibly trained.
And he's got a vibranium weapon. So it's like...
He's got 3 Medal of Honors.
Yeah, Yeah, he's tough.
He's a tough guy.
He's a good fighter. He makes good decisions in battle. He's got the accolades.
I don't know if he makes good
Well,
decisions
that's true.
in
He
battle.
makes a comment.
We have questions around
and he makes a comment. He makes a comment saying, like, they don't really care how I did it. I just got it done.
Right.
And I wish I could have done more, kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah. And it is the culmination of him realizing he can't do it by himself.
There
can't
is
be
a
Cap
lot
by himself.
that very quickly happens in this episode. This episode is all about John Walker's development.
Yeah.
You know, we talked
and
a
little bit about Carly, too. We got to see more about Carly.
We got to see more about Carly. But that was the thing about last episode. We talked about those two were not part of really the development that happened.
We didn't see them at all.
It was all Zemo.
Yeah.
It was all Zemo's development. This was Carly and Walker and being able to see the background, the understanding of who they are. And you get to understand who's... I'm doing quotes like crazy in this episode. But the bad guy is in question here.
Oh, of course.
Who
Who really is bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's interesting. We see a lot going on here. So we see who Carly calls Mama Danya.
Yes.
Her mentor ends up passing away. And
we saw that last episode. She wasn't going to make it.
Right. That's true. Yeah. And this is pushing Carly over the edge to kind of... She blew up the building the last episode, and now... She wants to continue to use violence. She wants to grow her army. You know, she wants to inject more people with the super soldier serum so that she can build her power because she believes that's the only way that they'll listen.
Can we talk about that for 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
Can you talk about?
Yeah.
So the guy who advises her, straight up idiot. That guy is one of the dumbest.
The long-haired dude.
I've ever met
long-haired
in my
dude?
life.
Yeah.
Why? The advice that he gives her is. My grandfather said.
Oh no, not the long-haired dude. The guy that ends up
the guy who ends up dying.
At the end of the episode. Yeah.
If it feels like you're afraid of it,
it's probably the right thing.
You should probably do it. That is the dumbest advice I've ever heard in my life.
Well, he's like there's supposed to be young
things
adults.
That people fear. Let me just explain something.
Yeah.
Fear is an actual reaction that your body has. It's an instinct. That means, I'll give you an example. I feel like Tracy Morgan in like the commercials where he talks about
the mortgage
stuff where it's like maybe so fear is a reaction that you have to a situation to be able to determine if you should fight or flight in a situation. Okay, so basically he's saying when you are afraid of something, you should always just do it.
Just fight.
And it's like, okay, so I'm afraid of a grizzly bear in the woods.
I
should just go ahead and fight that grizzly bear.
That's
that
probably
the right thing to do.
Well,
this guy's an idiot.
If you had a super soldier serum, you might take on that.
If I have super soldier serum, I might. But what is that grizzly? Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If Steve Rogers would walk away, everybody else, according to Zemo's logic in this, everybody else would run towards him. And probably fight him for no reason. Where Steve would be like, what did that bear ever do to me?
That's true. I'm Steve Rogers.
Yeah. It's like,
hey.
Which is a great actual point in this episode that Zemo gives us.
There's a lot. We see a lot, and we've been talking about this before.
Yeah.
How Sam continues to exemplify what Captain America should be.
Exactly.
And everyone else around him doesn't.
Right.
And so Zemo
and everyone else has the super soldier serum.
Right. And they're still not, they can't do it, right? Because...
and this bad guy, again, quotes of Zemo.
Yeah.
Like, you begin to actually better understand, man, he may not be a bad guy.
Well, I think he would probably fall under where Sam says Carly then falls under, where I agree with your fight, I don't agree with how you're fighting it.
Exactly.
Right? And so, like, Zemo has a lot of good reasons behind why he's doing things, but the way he's doing them should not be, right? There's no excuse for the ways he's doing things. But he looks at that and he says, like, if you give someone ultimate power, they're going to power corrupts. Ultimate power corrupts absolutely, right?
I love that line.
It's like he's looking at this. He's saying, if you give anybody the opportunity to do this, they are going to become, this supremacist. That's what he calls them all,
calls them a supremacist.
And he even then he asks Sam, if you had the chance to take the serum, would you take it? And Sam's no. He goes, oh, no hesitation.
No
Interesting.
hesitation.
Right, because Sam has that, right? Whereas Walker is the opposite of that in this episode, where he has the opportunity and he has no hesitation in the opposite direction. He's ready to just take it. He goes to one person to ask them kind of their
it's a ridiculous it's a ridiculous hesitation. He asks one person.
He asks his best friend, which I get that, So he asks Battlestar.
I will say Battlestar it seems like they've set him up to be Walker's guiding light.
He's his last shred of it, though.
Yeah,
that's the problem,
his last
is
shred
that he
of
loses
humanity.
it. Yeah, and Lamar or Battlestar is great because he mirrors what the Doctor from Captain America: First Avenger says.
Yeah.
Because Walker asks him, would you take the serum? And he says yes, but then he mentions that, the serum makes the good and the bad worse. Well, he doesn't actually use that line the Doctor used, but he says
he doesn't.
He says it makes you more of you.
Way.
He says it makes it amplifies everything in you.
Yeah.
And the Doctor in the first Captain America movie said it makes what's good in you better and what's bad in you worse, right? And so that's why he didn't want to choose the guy that was very much like Walker, and he chose Steve instead.
Right.
Because he saw that anger, that frustration, that inability to control things, and that would build up and manifest itself in this uncontrollable rage, which we see with Walker when he goes and takes it. So Battlestar gives us a really cool background, though, more into Walker. I love Walker now. I mean, obviously I hate him as Captain America, and we're supposed to.
Sure.
But I love his character more.
The character
it's great. Because he talks about their tours.
When we say we hate him, this is a different type of hate than we're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, we're supposed to not want him to be Captain
America. He's playing really well that,
Yeah.
not wanting to like him. We despise him.
Yeah, don't
it's not
be
even
Captain
just hate,
America.
we despise him.
Yeah.
And we despise him before he takes the serum. And
oh,
that's
sure.
the point.
Yes, exactly.
That's the point is when he walks down the walk towards them, and they're walking out with Zemo and everything, and they're headed to confront Carly. I despise him in that entire interaction.
Yeah,
that entire interaction up until he goes to confront Carly is horrible.
Oh, it's the worst.
Every bit of it is terrible.
Well, and you see, but here's the thing, and that's what makes him. And Marvel villains do this really well a lot of times. But here's the thing that all through this episode and in previous episode too, but it's particularly this one, we see Walker's got ticks, he's twitching. He kind of he's always rubbing his face. He's got there's something bugging him all the time. He can't sit still. He can't be patient waiting for Sam.
We have to address there may be a
he's
reality.
got PTSD.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He may have. We have to deal with that reality. He starts to hint at that.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I love it so much.
Exactly.
When him and Lamar are talking about their tour in Afghanistan.
Right.
It's they saved a lot of people. Yeah. He said he's got, what was it, 4 medals or 3?
3.
Three medals. He had 3 medals to remind him of the worst day of his life, is what he says. And it's and because he was in Afghanistan on a tour, he had to do things he didn't want to do. He had to do things that were horrible. He saw so many of his people die. And Lamar was well, if we would have had that, and then he's I could have saved more. Well, and so he's got that PTSD. He's got that regret that he couldn't save more people.
Grief.
Yeah, and so it's you see all these levels of him, and he's not just an arrogant dude who wants the serum.
Right.
He's he's got levels, and I don't know. I have friends that are veterans, and I've worked with people that have PTSD, and it's it's brutal.
Right.
And so to see this, he's no, I don't like him as Cap, but I see where he is.
You can relate to him. You can understand him.
Yeah, it's oh man.
I guess
you feel bad for him.
The only question you then have is what were those decisions that he did?
Right. What did he have to do?
Were those the right decisions to make?
And how
that
do you
becomes
know?
The question.
Yeah.
You then question the government on a deeper level.
Oh, sure.
What are you rewarding?
What did they send him into?
Well, not just what did they send him into, but what are they rewarding?
Yeah.
He has 3 medals of honor.
Yeah.
What did he get those medals of honor for?
Yeah.
Are those actual things that should be honored? Because you have to remember here, at the same time he's got 3 medals of honor, Cap was disowned by the government.
Yeah. They removed him.
Steve was disowned by his own government, whereas Walker
Yeah,
is
that's
receiving
true.
3 medals of honor.
Yeah.
What is the government here actually looking for? And then you draw on the question of, is Carly right?
Yeah, well, oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, and they again, they're so good at their storytelling, their character development because
Right.
yeah,
This plot has so many layers, and that's what I'm trying to lay out here.
Yes.
Is those questions are the questions we want to be asking ourselves.
Right. And Sam hit on the nail on the head when he said,
Exactly. That is
I
at the crux
appreciate
here.
your fight, but I don't appreciate how you're fighting. Like,
That
I
is
don't agree
at
with
the
it.
crux here.
Yeah.
That is the crux of
Carly's
the entire
messed up.
thing.
Like she called and threatened little kids. You know,
Right.
she threatened his nephews. She threatened his sister. Like she might have a good cause that she is fighting against. That obviously that people should not be forgotten, displaced, whatever. Like I agree with that, but you're not going and threatening children.
Let me
to do
add
this,
a layer.
You know?
Let me add a layer.
Yeah.
The only person in this who is asking themselves how they fight the battle, is Sam.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For Sam, how he fights his injustice, how he fights the battle, is more important.
Yes.
Than the outcome.
Than the results. Agreed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the only person in this entire series that is asking themselves that is Sam.
Yeah.
And that is Cap.
Yeah.
That's what Cap
100%.
exemplifies.
Yeah. Yeah, and Zemo makes mention, like, he tells Sam when Sam's trying to say, like, well, Carly's just a kid and she has, you know, I can relate to her in certain areas, and Zemo's like, you're seeing something in her that's not there. Like, he's like, you're being too optimistic. But that's exactly what Cap would do, right?
Yeah.
And then his response was, okay, we don't, like, capture her and then talk with her, interrogate her. No, I go in one-on-one, and I talk with her like a real person, and I sit with her, and I walk through these struggles with her.
And he was getting
He was getting to her.
He was
I
getting
know,
there.
I know.
He was getting there.
I was
and
so
I mean,
mad.
His explanation to
so
Walker
great.
was perfect. Like, he's like, I used to counsel veterans. I used to counsel people from war. This is right in my wheelhouse.
He needs to start counseling Walker.
I know. And maybe that is where we get to here.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
he'll end up talking him down.
In a situation where we're going to be looking at, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The end of that episode, though, man.
I know. Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's get to the end.
Let's talk about it. But my point is, like, my point with that, before we get to the end of the episode, is from Cap's perspective, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody was ever too far gone.
Right, he won't give up on him.
He would never give up
Same
on
way
anyone.
he didn't give up on Bucky.
Right.
Same way he wouldn't let...
Because here's the thing.
We don't
Bucky
trade
has
lives.
done a lot worse than Walker.
Oh, sure.
Bucky's
100%.
done a lot worse than Walker, and Cap
100%.
didn't give up on him.
Yep.
So my point here is, I don't care how far he goes.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet Sam is going to say or have that same perspective. He's going to still believe Walker could be saved.
Right, that he could be redeemed from what he's done. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and again, that is
it's not what he could do anymore. It's what he's done. Because now we're talking the end of this episode.
Oh, my goodness. So, great ending.
Oh,
man.
phenomenal ending.
When he comes in...
I edge of my seat ending.
You know he's taking it, right?
Yep.
You know he's taking the serum when he busts in.
Well,
when he throws the shield and it sticks in the wall.
That's when
it's
you
like,
know.
Oh.
That's when you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
That's
guessed
when you
it.
know.
I guessed that he had taken
Well,
it.
yeah, of course.
But as soon as it goes through the wall, it's like, oh,
I told
no.
I told you before
Yeah.
this that I kind of thought it might be one step further.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was going to take Battlestar's death for him to take it.
Yes. But it was the other way.
And it was the other way around, because then he creates this huge injustice as a result of taking it.
Yeah, but he got a great end. I mean, their fight choreography
You
is
knew
always
the
so
second
good.
Battlestar was taken, he was going to die.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, man, he's
dead.
Yeah, because you're looking at what is going to tip him to the side of being a villain.
Yes.
What's going to tip him over?
What's going to take it too far?
He's unhinged, yes. He does questionable things, yes. But
he hasn't done anything that the government would question.
Right. At this point,
right?
he's he might ruin people's livelihoods, but he's not going so far as to do like villain status stuff.
Right.
But he comes in, Lamar gets taken, Bowser gets taken, he gets locked away, tied up or whatever, gets out of it. They have a big fight with a bunch of knives, which right up Bucky's wheelhouse. I love Bucky's knife work from the first movie, from Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And he catches it. He catches it when Walker throws the knife out the shield, just catches it and then
throws it at the
throws
ground.
it in the ground. Yeah, super cool.
The thing
man.
that I loved seeing about that was they set this trap for Walker.
Yeah.
Not expecting him to have taken the serum. And
Right.
then the second he bends those poles around
Yeah, the guy
his hand-
runs. He's like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I love it, though. They don't even try and fight him. He just lets go and he
Yep,
runs. So he's like, I'm out of
He
here.
knows at that moment
They're done. Yeah, because they're not
they are
trained.
not prepared
They're
for this.
strong, but they're not
Yeah.
trained.
Yeah, they're
Right.
super soldiers, but they're just regular people who have taken super soldier serum.
Yeah, you almost said Super Saiyan, which is
It's almost there.
It's almost the same thing.
It's almost there. We
I
just
wish
need some hair changing.
We need some. I need Bucky to get some golden
Yeah, but then
hair.
we have a whole episode of just them yelling.
Okay,
To charge up.
I'll take it.
I don't know. We only got 2
Yeah,
more episodes
that's
left.
true. I don't want
left,
the whole
right?
episode of
We can't have
that.
a whole episode of them charging up.
They also weren't expecting Sam and Bucky to get there because
Right, as quickly as they did.
Sam had Sharon tracking them, which
Yep.
more pointing to. I know she mentions that like the power broker got really angry, but
She's taking
she's
that call, walking through
through
barricades,
it, and she's like nodding to
surrounded by
guys.
people. She's a power
Yo,
broker.
she's nodding to guys, and they're like,
I'm fully on board with you now.
guys in the front holding guns. She nods to them. They move away so she
Yep.
can walk through. Man,
I am fully on board with you now. She is the power broker.
I rewatched the 3rd episode with my wife.
Yeah.
And because she hadn't seen it yet, and at the very end or near the end when she like leaves them, when Sharon like when they leave Madripoor and Sharon like goes away.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
She goes to a car and she has like a driver and she tells him, "Oh, we've got a couple of problems." To the driver, and drive. And she gets in the driver opens the door. She gets in to close it.
That.
I didn't either the first time. She gets in, they drive away. It's like she's got a driver that she's saying they have a couple of problems. Like, are they talking about Bucky and Sam? What's going on? She's the power broker.
She's the power.
But anyway,
broker.
so she lets them know where they are, and you get into a whole free for all in this fight, which was sick. And then
great fight. And then here's the thing.
Oh, and then Carly, man.
No, but here's my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carly kicks Battlestar.
Yeah.
Right into a pole.
Yeah. Well,
And-
he breaks through cement.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but my point here is, everyone stops.
Yeah.
They are all trying to kill each other.
Well,
They've all got knives.
Well, here's the deal. So Falcon and Bucky are not trying to kill anyone.
Sure.
They're
okay.
trying to maintain
Falcon
the
and
situation.
Bucky are not trying to
right?
kill
They're trying
anybody.
to maintain.
Walker
is,
could,
but he stops to see Lamar because it's Lamar
Sure.
getting thrown, right?
Why are they stopping?
Because they're terrified. You saw the dude run when he bent the bar. They don't want to fight these guys. They know they're outmatched.
Yeah, but they all freeze.
Yeah. Well, somebody died. Like, here's the thing. The flag smashers are mostly like kids and young adults.
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
but
they just killed somebody in front of like that's different because
I
like
guess.
they blew up a building. Like Carly blew up a building, and you even saw
Carly killed a guy.
right. But when you're seeing when like you're seeing all of them see the news reports on the phones,
Sure.
they're all uncomfortable. Like Carly's
I get it, but my point is like, okay,
it's emotional beat.
What was the point of them this trap?
To kill Captain America.
Right. So why did they all just freeze? There's your perfect chance to kill Captain America, and they don't take it.
Because they're not. I know that was the plan.
But it's almost like Battlestar. Hear me out.
Yeah.
You know, in movies,
Yeah,
when a huge, or even in a TV series, when a huge main character dies, there's this whole long pause.
Yeah.
We've known this dude 4 episodes.
No, I know.
I'm not that emotionally
It's not
connected
that long.
to
It's not that long
Battlestar.
of a time. I'm gonna say here's how I'm gonna
It
chalk it
felt
up.
like a long
Here's how
time.
I'm gonna chalk it up. The flag smashers are not killers. Like
I
they're
get
not.
that. I
this
know
is
what
this
you're
is
chalking it up
this
to.
is like they regret that. Like
It
other
just
than
doesn't
Carly,
make that much sense to me.
it's fine. I thought it was fine.
fine,
Anyway,
but
so he
it's
dies
He
because he
dies,
gets kicked through a cement
and Walker
pillar.
is now gone.
And
He's
Walker
unhinged.
just snaps.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. The
Yeah.
little things, I saw somebody write about this in an article, and I actually noticed it while I was watching it too. But like the little things, Walker with his tics throughout the episode.
Yeah.
He also doesn't shave the whole episode, and by the end, he has like a full filled beard. At the beginning, he's just like scruff. So
Yeah.
as he gets more and more unhinged, he gets more and more unkept. Like he's not because Captain
didn't
America.
catch that, yeah.
Captain America's he tries to look all crisp,
Well, except for in
Well,
Infinity
but he
War.
was on the run for 2 years. So, but like
Great beard.
It starts.
Great beard.
He did have a great beard, but it
Great
starts
beard.
filling in, and like
Yeah.
he's like real scruffy at the end.
Yeah.
and it's like really cool. Goes with his like descent into that
Yeah.
snap. Superhero landing. He jumps out the window.
Superhero
landing on the top of a car.
On a car. Yep.
Now he's really a superhero, super villain.
Yeah, no,
Um,
he's super villain at this point.
And then it happens, man.
Yeah, dude. He
did. Same thing
Can I
Cap
ask
did
a real question?
to Iron Man.
You're right.
Same move.
thing.
But
Same
Cap
move.
did to disable.
Yep.
And
stop.
John Walker did to cut
kill.
the dude in half with the with the shield.
That was my question to you.
Yeah.
This dude's head on or off?
Off.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably off.
That dude's head. He's using the edge of a
Oh, yeah.
vibranium shield.
Well, it was on his
That dude
chest
is
at
shot.
first. Either that or it's like, or he's
I'm
got a
just saying,
hole in his chest.
He's messed up real bad.
Well, that's like more blood than I've seen
And
in
then-
most
and
MCU
then
stuff.
so
Like that
this
was
is
crazy.
also now everywhere.
Everybody's watching.
Everybody has seen this, and that's
What
why
a perfect
the
name for the
episode
episode.
name
Yeah, the world is watching.
The world is watching.
They're all filming
You're
it.
wondering why, and then all of a sudden
Oh
this
my
makes sense.
goodness.
That cut to the shield with the blood
With the blood.
splattered on
Oh
it,
my word.
phenomenal. And
It-
now,
Yeah.
here's the thing:
Yeah.
they have to take the shield off of him.
They got to. Yeah, they have to remove from him.
They
he
have
now
to take
can't,
the shield
can't
off
have
of
it.
him.
Yeah.
If the government doesn't do it,
Yeah.
Bucky and Sam have to do it.
Yeah, maybe the government will like send Bucky and Sam to stop him.
Something,
I don't know.
Something has to happen
Oh,
here
man.
where the government disowns him at this point, and he
Yeah.
moves from Captain America to U.S. agent.
Right. Well,
This is where it has to happen.
and it was a nice nod to the comics. It's a little bit different, but in the comics, John Walker's parents are killed, and that's what turns him and makes him
Yeah.
go rogue. And in this, it was his best friend that's killed and makes him turn. So
Good.
it's same like
Good with
motivating
it.
factor where somebody really close to him is killed, and then he kind of turns on his values,
Yeah.
and his morals,
Yeah.
and just loses himself
He's gone.
to this
He's
this
gone.
vengeful attitude. So
Yeah.
man, and Carly's face at the end, she's
Yeah.
watching. She's like,
distraught.
"What have I done?"
Distraught. She
Right.
has
She's unleashed
now-
this guy now.
Here's
Yeah.
my point. So hear me out.
Yeah.
This is where I believe she is going to go back to the power broker.
Yeah. To
I
Sharon
think
Carter.
to align here, because our villains are all over the place.
Yeah,
at
for
this
sure.
point.
Yeah.
We're-
And she's from
they even
Madripoor.
talk about it.
Yeah.
They can't fight a battle
Right.
on this many fronts.
Yeah.
She goes, and to the power broker, they align.
Yeah.
And now they're fighting on one front.
Yeah, and they're from Madripoor. She's
I think
from
that's what they
Madripoor,
do.
so she probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would make sense because I mean I can
And
see
then we get the reveal
Carly
of,
versus Sharon Carter, or with Sharon Carter.
with Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
But we get the reveal of who the power broker is through this situation.
I don't know.
And they're the deep, dark, real bad in this.
I think we might not find the identity of the power broker until the very last episode.
Maybe.
I think that might be it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're going to be on Daddy and Mr. Greg's podcast for a minute.
Hey, Duke.
You want to say hi to everybody? Talking to the microphone. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hey. All right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I actually now believe that you might be right. We don't get the
Yeah.
reveal
Well, we've
until
only
the
got 2
end.
episodes, so really, I mean, it could be.
It could be. I actually think it might be as early as next episode.
It could. Yeah.
Because
To set up the
to
final
set up the
conflict.
final
Yeah, it's
conflict.
true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Unless what you had said previously, the Power Broker is the series villain, and then they might
That's
might
true.
push it
Yeah,
off
yeah.
a little bit more, and it might just be Carly getting resources from the Power Broker
Right,
to fight
right.
U.S. Agent and
Yeah.
Bucky and Sam.
I'm with you.
Man, 2 episodes left,
2
man.
episodes.
2 episodes.
Can't wait.
Can't
wait.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
What are the dinosaurs doing?
The dinosaurs are shooting up there. You're right.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have shooting dinosaurs.
Got it. Dinosaurs with blasters, bud. There they
Dinosaurs
are.
with
That's what you want to
blasters.
be when you grow up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be the robot and the dinosaur.
Yeah,
Robot
that
and the
is a
dinosaur.
lofty
Good.
aspiration.
Yeah, well,
All right.
he's got big dreams. Thanks for listening to the Legion of Comic Correction. Don't forget to check out our other episodes streaming everywhere you listen to podcasts. We're also on the major social platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search Legion of Comic Correction.
That's right. And make sure to check out our Patreon for exclusive supporter specials at patreon.com/Legion of CC. New episodes come out every Monday.
And Wednesdays!
No, just Mondays.
And Wednesdays?
I don't think we can do Wednesdays.
We can do Wednesdays.
All right, Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same Legion.